Hello friends, welcome to UPSC Logics and my name is Siddharth and today I'm going to discuss the formation of Indian National Congress Part 2. So in this particular video we shall have a look at the moderate phase of the Congress that lasted from 1885 to 1905. So let us begin this topic. Now let us have a look at the initial working of the Congress. And in the beginning, the Congress passed resolutions that would criticize some of the actions and policies of the British government and demand reforms to change them. So, in criticizing these government policies, the Congress used to use a very dignified and moderate language. And every year it passed a resolution expressing loyalty to the British Crown, and the attitude of the British government towards the Congress was also favorable in the beginning. But soon the government regarded the Congress as representing only a small minority, and due to this change in the attitude of the British, changes started to appear in the demands as well as methods of agitation of the Congress also by the close of the 19th century. And by the beginning of the 20th century, the moderate nationalists started to put forward the claim of self-government or dominion status within the British Empire as in the it was in the colonies of Australia, New Zealand and Canada. And this demand was first made from the Congress platform by Gokhale in 1905 and then by Dadabhai Naoroji in 1906. Now let us have a look at some of the important moderates, and these leaders were Dadabhai Naoroji, M.G. Ranade, then Surendranath Banerjee was there, Firoz Shah Mehta was there, Badruddin Taibji was there, Gopal Krishna Gokhale was there, then Shaw Wacha was there, and then Anand Mohan Bose was there, Ras Bihari Ghosh was there. So we know that most of the new blood like Firoz Shah Mehta, K.T. Talang, Badruddin Taibji, they had broken away from Dadabhai Naoroji, who had formed the East India Association in 1866 in London, and they wanted to bring in some new changes. But under the bannership of the Indian National Congress, the founders of Bombay Presidency Association, who were Firoz Shah Mehta, K.T. Talang, and Badruddin Taibji, and they had formed the Bombay Presidency Association in 1885. So they all came under the flagship of Indian National Congress and started working together with other leaders like Dadabhai Naoroji. So let us now have a look at some of the main demands of the moderates. And number one was the expansion and reform of the Legislative Council that would lead to a popular control of administration. Number two was that greater opportunities for Indians in the public services were to be given by holding the ICS examinations simultaneously in England and India. Number three was that the duties or the import duties on cotton goods that had been removed by the British should be reimposed. Number four was that there should be a reduction in the military expenditure. Number five was that there should be spread of technical and general education. Number six was that the judiciary should be separated from the executive. And number seven was that India should be granted self-government within the British Empire as the colonies of Australia, Canada, etc. And this demand was put forward in 1905, and we already know that this was put forward by Gokhale in 1905 and then by Dadabhai Naoroji in 1906. Now, the methods of the moderates can be best described as a constitutional agitation. So they confined themselves to meetings, speeches, resolutions, and petitions. And it was only on rare occasions that they would boycott foreign goods and start using Indian goods or the use of Swadeshi. And they believed in a peaceful and bloodless struggle. So they confined their political activities to the educated classes only and were not willing to involve the masses in the national movement. And they wanted to attain political rights and self-government in the prolonged stage-by-stage evolution and not all of a sudden. So we'll come to know in the next video how all this changed with the rise of extremism. Now let us have a look at some of the achievements of the moderates. And number one was that they were able to create a nationwide awakening among the people and training them in the art of political work. Number two was that they were able to popularize the ideas of democracy and nationalism among the people. Number three was that they were able to expose the exploitative character of the British Empire and the evil results for India. For example, Dadabhai Naoroji's wealth of drain theory. Then number 4 was that they were able to create a common political and economic program around which the Indians gathered and waged a political struggle. Number 5 was that they were able to provide a solid base and foundation on which the Indian national movement could build up a momentum and vigor in later years. And number 6 was that they were able to, or they were had succeeded in getting the Indian Councils Act of 1892 passed by the British. Although this particular act was not able to please the Indians, the moderates failed to achieve their particular goals because they failed to realize the importance of mass struggle, and their movement was confined to the educated middle class. And moreover, for a long time, they were not able to realize the true nature of the British and were unable to get anything substantial from the British by doing meetings, speeches, resolutions, and petitions, as it is rightly described, that their method was just a constitutional agitation, and the British started to regard them as a small minority, and therefore, these were the main reasons for the failure of the moderates. So friends, in the next video, we shall have a look at the rise of extremism in the Congress from 1905 to 1918, and we shall come to know that how the extremists started to behave once they realized that the moderate method was a complete and utter failure and waste of time. So thank you so much for watching this particular video, and if you have enjoyed this video, do like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get the latest notifications from UPSC Logics. So thank you so much, and Jai Hind.